All right, what's going on, guys? DStyleBoxing here. Thanks for those joining me live and for those joining me on archive. If you're in the chat, make sure you leave a comment. If you're watching on archive, leave a comment as well. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. I'll as I'm waiting for people to come on here, I just want to let you guys know you can always send me a video request at DStyleBoxing@gmail.com. Again, that's at DStyleBoxing@gmail.com. You can also send me a private message here on YouTube. Also, if you have a video request, you can leave a comment on the archive version of the video. Don't do a video request while I'm live on the chat because the chat, as you guys should know by now, is lost once this video goes archive. All right, guys. Let's talk about this. So this is my issue with this is a microcosm of what's going on with this Conor McGregor fan and with a lot of just McGregor fans in general and the McGregor camp. This is my issue with them. Okay, I see some of you coming on. What's going on, guys? Feel free to leave comments in the chat. I'll try to get to them once I give my commentary here. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way. Take my time out to do this. So if you like the video, thumbs it up. Look, Stevie Forbes. Like what? Stevie Forbes. Like when I saw this, I thought, that's just some bullshit. Like they won't do that. I could understand the Paulie situation. Paulie's been retired since what, March. All right, and and he was talking some shit. Okay, I understand that. But Stevie Forbes. Yeah, but you don't understand his style. I mean, he needs to prepare for Mayweather. He used to train with a Mayweather, so he'll get that style. Like Stevie Forbes. Right. He said he got a call to spar with them. He said no. And this is what he said. Okay. Let's go down to what he said here. We didn't even get to talking about money. It's just the way how it was handled with Paulie. Plus, I haven't been sparring or training like that, he said. They asked about the Paulie Malignaggi's departure and sparring with Conor McGregor. Forbes said the following. Yeah, I know. They made me look bad because I'm not in condition. No way. People like that were like, oh, you would be able to you would be handled like that, but I haven't been sparring. So let me just say this, all right? I know that when Lomachenko, this Conor camp, there's something weird about this camp. Like I'm telling you guys right now, it's just something weird about these cats, right? There's just something weird about them. Like his trainers, there's just something weird about them. Either they're that ignorant or they're just playing a role here, because there's just something very weird. They sound like Chris Algieri's trainer. Okay, in the middle of the Pacquiao fight, talking about he still. You remember how denial that dude was when Pacquiao had Algieri doing flips and back flips, and I mean, I never seen a dude knocked around the ring like that in my life. I mean, like how many backflips did Pacquiao have Algieri do? But remember how in denial his trainer was in the middle of that fight. Hadn't won a round, been knocked down several times, and talking about how he still has Algieri in the cage. I still have him in the cage. We can unleash the beast right now, or any moment now, And then while he's talking, the dude gets knocked down again by a left hand. And I know. Oh, he's not Algieri. Look, let me tell you something. That dude was in flat-out denial. This Conor McGregor camp, his trainers, the fans, and many people in the MMA community are in right now. They keep talking about how boxing is up its ass and boxing's become refined. Boxing's the one that isn't open-minded and all this bullshit. No. They're the ones in the bubble. And it's even more of a bubble within his camp, right? It's even more of a bubble. Like it's insane. Like it's one thing to be confident, and portray confidence, but you got to hear some of the other stuff they say. Now, we're going to get to that, but let's first finish talking about the Stevie Forbes thing before I troll off, right? Stevie Forbes. You know, in anything in life, like if I wanted to go do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? In order for me to learn and get better, I'm gonna have to get my ass whooped. It's just the way it is. Okay. I'm gonna have to go in there and you know start doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a dude that maybe he's still white belt himself, but he's been there for a month. You know, and he's gonna have to whoop my ass, and I'm gonna have to kind of get to his level. And once I get to his level, you know, I'm probably gonna have to train with someone that's been training for 4 or 5 months, get my ass whooped, and then go from there. Then with somebody that's been doing it for a year, then get my ass whooped, and then go from there. You know, and then eventually get it with a blue belt, then eventually a purple belt, and get my ass whooped until I get better, until I get to that level. It's just the way it is. That's called progression. Outside of combat sports, the same thing. If you want to play chess, right, you have to learn how to play chess. And if you want to reach a certain level, you're going to have to get your ass whooped in chess until you beat that person or you get to that level, and then you keep moving up. If you never face people better than you so they can whoop your ass, you're never going to reach that level. That's just the way it is. Conor McGregor, look at his sparring partners, man. His sparring partners are a fucking joke. I'm sorry to tell you guys. These guys wouldn't even be hired as sparring partners for Floyd Mayweather. They just wouldn't. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 of them for work, but you know, so I shouldn't really say that. But these are the main sparring partners for Mayweather. Like if you think Bradley, and I'm not talking about Timothy, okay, that amateur Irish dude who's a big like Conor's his hero and shit, right? If you think he's really preparing Mayweather, Conor for Mayweather, you're out of your mind. Like you're out of your mind, right? Like you're just out. And I seen that Bradley dude box. Okay, like I can't wait till that dude get his ass whooped. So I could clown on him too. He's talking a lot of shit about Conor's this and that, and I can't wait for that. But look, Stevie Forbes. Like, you know, they wanted to get a Stevie Forbes so they could say this guy used to train with Jeff Mayweather and he was a former world champion. And so they could get another a clip of them pounding on an old ass, out of shape Stevie Forbes. That's what this is about. So then if I could put another video out, look, former world champion, you know, this and that, and play another 30-minute clip. Look, I'm all for clowning Paulie. I don't feel sorry for Paulie at all. But at the same time, this McGregor camp is slowly but surely exposing themselves, right? Now, he didn't call Stevie Forbes. Yeah, right. And it makes a little bit of sense, you know. And I'll tell you that right now, they weren't doing the shenanigans. Maybe Stevie Forbes does go out there and help him. Who fucking knows? Okay, Stevie Forbes would kind of give you some looks, you know, nowhere near as like Mayweather, but at least close enough. Closer than a Bradley would, or even a Malignaggi. You know, he's going to be a little hard to hit. You're going to have to kind of work at hitting the guy. But Stevie Forbes? So you see, I was all with McGregor when they were saying, oh, but you know, Lomachenko, he's too small, right? Go fight Rigondeaux. Like that. It was hilarious. It was funny. I liked it because he told him to go fight Rigondeaux. Right, and it was like random, and you know, and I'm a Rigondeaux fan, so I like that. I'm not gonna lie, but you do have to ask yourself, like, you know how they say, well, he's talking all that trash, Paulie, so we just brought him in to beat him up. We didn't really need him for sparring. Well, Lomachenko maybe he didn't talk trash like Paulie did, but Lomachenko's done interviews saying since like March that he wants to spar McGregor. In fact, if I quote Lomachenko, and I got it here, this is from his translator anyway, but I'm going to quote him. Okay? If he were to spar me, it would be good for him. Maybe not me so much, but good for him, good boxing experience. What's that telling you? Like, it's like he wouldn't help me out, but I'd help him out. I mean, Lomachenko was calling you out too, bro. Well, like, I'm just saying, right? And I get it. Well, he's not applicable to this. Well, neither was Paulie. Like, Paulie wasn't really, as an out of shape, love handles wearing boxer, you know, applicable to a training camp when you're preparing to fight Floyd Mayweather? You see, like, there's a thing called telling on yourself. Like, everybody thinks that language is like you have to flat out say something for you not like, no, you could reveal yourself in other ways, right? You could reveal yourself in other ways. One of the trainers of Conor said, he's all, well, I want to thank Paulie because he really confirmed, if I had any doubts before, now I have no doubts, because I had, and I quote him, I had never seen Conor in there with a high-class boxer until he sparred Paulie Malignaggi. I got bad news for his trainer. Paulie Malignaggi, okay, it depends what you label high-class boxer, but let's say it's anyone who was a title holder at some point. Paulie Malignaggi's not that guy anymore, okay? I know Paulie Malignaggi may think he's that guy, but he's not that guy anymore. Nowhere near close. Paulie Malignaggi was a feather-fisted fighter, okay? That's just the reality. I'm not saying that to knock the guy, right? And because of that, he relied a lot on reflexes, on speed, and in being in great condition. Paulie needs all those things. He no longer has the reflexes. He's no longer in shape, and he no longer has that speed. So everything that made Paulie Malignaggi, Paulie Malignaggi, is no longer there. It's kind of like if that's all Foreman had. Like if George Foreman never had power, he's just a guy that relied on reflexes and speed, he would have never became world champion again because he had to rely on power for that, right? And I got news for you. Paulie Malignaggi is no George Foreman, right? So you have to think about that. This guy saw Conor spar Paulie Malignaggi and said to himself, oh, yeah, we're ready. And there's people running with it. This shit's hilarious. Conor's never sparred a high-level boxer. Ever. Ever. A lot of these other MMA guys, Dillashaw has. Dillashaw has sparred Lomachenko. He got schooled, but guess what? That's making Dillashaw better, right? Dillashaw knows, hey, there's levels to this. I got a lot of improvement to do in my boxing. So he's working on that. Conor and his team think they got it all figured out. They think they got it all figured out. And they're riding this wave of confidence all the way to the fight, right? It's like one of those, well, we'll figure it out on fight night. It's going to happen. Magic will happen. The stars will align. And we're going to knock out Mayweather. But look at, they're just discovering shit that people should know. Now, I want to thank the trainer of Conor McGregor. I want to give him a big thanks. Thank you. Now, he has several trainers, but I want to thank you, bro. Because he himself said something I've been saying, and Haplotype, we did a video about this. Something tells me they're listening, okay? Something just tells me, like, you think these dudes just brought up Regendow when Lomachenko offered to spar just like that? Now, through the grapevine, they're fucking listening. I can tell you that right now, right? They know who they're not fooling, and they're listening to those people, right? I'm not saying me precisely, okay? But what I'm saying is through the grapevine, word gets out there. One person hears one thing, one person says this, one person says that. Eventually, different people say things, bigger channels say other things. It's just the way it is. That's called the grapevine. But look, someone through the grapevine, they heard about, all these different glove types. Because at first, they didn't fucking know, right? They didn't fucking know at first what horsehair gloves are, what foam gloves are. They didn't know any of that. Conor was just talking about that the other day at the press conference, saying, I was feeling different gloves, and I saw, okay, these are for punchers. These are for, like, they're barely learning this, right? And then his trainer, he goes, he said out of his own mouth, he said the following, and I want to thank him for this, because it confirmed what I've been saying all along, okay? Conor McGregor, I don't know which trainer, by the way, I don't know their names, but the one that was thanking Paulie for the sparring, but he said, those 8-ounce gloves are a scary thing, he said. It's a scary thought, he said. And he said, the knuckle part, the point of impact, is practically no difference. There's almost no difference between that and the MMA glove because the padding is all around the glove. Like, it's common sense, but like they're barely figuring that out. Like, they're just figuring it out now. Now, of course, he used that to say, well, yeah, Floyd wouldn't last 2 rounds with McGregor, right? If he wears those gloves, right? Because they're a scary thing, he said. It's like, I felt the knuckle part, and it's almost no difference to the MMA glove. I've been saying that for how long? How long have I been saying that? A lot of these MMA dudes, they wear training boxing gloves when they train boxing. They don't train with 8-ounce gloves, okay? Nobody does that. That's why maybe they have a perception of how boxing gloves are, right? But the boxing, like the actual gloves you wear in a fight are different, right? And I've been telling people forever, and I don't even know which gloves he touched. I think Conor's wearing like Grant gloves. Now Grant has a puncher's glove too, but there's some gloves like the horsehair gloves. There's different gloves that have less padding on the knuckle part, on the point of impact in the MMA glove. So I want to thank him for reaffirming that for me and helping me educate the MMA public. All right, that I've been saying for years now. You know, when they finally wore the gloves, it dawned on them, oh my God, there's really no padding in the knuckle. Right. It just dawned on them now. You know, like it's for years they've been calling them big puffy pillows and all this shit. No, bruh. Like it's and this is not something, you don't have to take anybody's word for this. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take anybody else's word for it. All you got to do is put on a boxing glove, put on an MMA glove, and touch the point of impact. Right? Now, it's harder to land a clean punch with a boxing glove. First of all, the punch has to be more precise. Okay? You have less room. You have more room for error with a boxing glove, right? And then of course there's defense involved. So you got more ounces. It's not much though. Like people talk like it's a shitload of like it's a big pillow around. Like it's not much covering there. Now I understand. He's saying that to say how terrifying Conor is with those gloves, and you know he can't picture anybody. I mean, he just at a whole nother level. He even said that Conor McGregor's too much for any version of Floyd at any point of Floyd's career. Now, how does he know that? You see, he himself said that this is called telling on yourself. He said he had doubts, right? Like he had some doubts. He wasn't sure. He said he was confident, but like anybody, you have doubts. So that's what training's for. And once he saw him in there with Paulie Malignaggi, it told him, oh, yeah, Conor's ready for this transition. Because I never seen Conor in there with a high-level boxer like that, he said. Right. Interesting. You know, now we still don't have the rest of the fight, you know, and Conor himself said, and it's fair, right? We're not going to reveal the full 12 before a fight. That's ridiculous, right? Fair. But after the fight, let's see the rest of the sparring. Let's see the rest of the sparring. I want to give a shout out, by the way, to Hatman Strikes Back. I don't always agree with Hatman, but when I do, I have a Dos Equis. No, I'm just kidding. I don't always agree with Hatman, but when I do agree with him, it's a lot. And I got to admit, man, he had more patience and time than I would have to do this. You know, to me, it was like a whatever. I shrugged about it and I moved on. But once I saw his video, I was like, damn, he's making some great points. And he breaks down the knockdown. He breaks down how they were very slick on how the way they edited that video. And I knew that they were going to do something like this. I called it from the very beginning. As soon as Paulie was asking for footage, I told him, Paulie, you know what they're going to do. What the fuck are you doing? All right. And so that's why I have no sympathy for Paulie. Right? None. But now, so shout out to him. Make sure you check out that video by Hatman Strikes Back. Okay, make sure you check it out. He shows it to you. There's no need for me to continue with that. Check that video out and get your information so you can see what I mean. Okay, I refer people to that video. All right. In fact, anytime somebody brings up any point regarding that, I'm gonna just refer them to that video. Right. So shout out to Hatman Strikes Back. All right. Look, Stevie Forbes. You guys trying to drag Stevie Forbes out to like spar with you? Really? The problem with the Conor McGregor training camp, right, is that it's not just a training camp, right? It's also a um, it's like, how can I put it? It's also like a show, right? You know, it's also like, it's like you're entering his public relations world. It's very Conor centric, you know, and that's the truth about any training camp. If it's about a certain fighter, the problem is that Conor McGregor and the UFC and Dana White have nothing but gains out of this. They have everything to gain, nothing to lose out of sparring people. Okay. From the very beginning, I knew there was something weird about this when they got some pretty weak sparring partners, and Paulie being one of them, right? I knew there was something weird. I knew that there was no intention at all in trying to improve as a fighter. Now, someone brought up this point the other day in chat, and I kind of put in my memory here, so I'm paraphrasing. And he said, "Look, Conor doesn't have time to learn boxing at that level, so his only choice is to do what he knows best. So why is he going to bring in a boxing trainer? Why is he going to bring in, why is he going to try and like do it the quote unquote boxing way against Mayweather when, he's not going to beat Mayweather that way? His only shot is to do it his way." Look, that's the problem. Okay? That's the problem with the fight. I know that he can't, he's not going to improve leaps and bounds enough to beat Mayweather. Okay? But you guys are missing the point, right? If you think that McGregor's going to go in there and just knock Floyd Mayweather, like it's just a pit stop for him. He's going to stop by the boxing world, knock out Mayweather, and go back to MMA. Like, and that's how his trainers are talking about this, right? I mean, they say very telling things, and everything they say is MMA centric. Everything, MMA analysts, same thing. Every single time, I don't know how, everybody in the boxing world, they don't want to give McGregor a shot, but they don't understand that McGregor has been. Everybody said he couldn't beat Aldo when he did it. Everybody said he couldn't beat, Alvarez, and he did it. Everybody said he couldn't beat a much bigger man and Nate Diaz, but he did it. And it's always this, oh, you don't understand. Conor was living in poverty just 4 years ago, and look at him now. We never even thought this fight was possible, but look at it now. It's here. So who's to say that he can't beat him? And you still got that dude Black over there, same shit. Boxing, the thing is that boxing has just become a sport where everybody agrees to fight the same way, and there's all these things on the outside, all these possibilities that they're not open to, so they don't, they don't explore this. And this is what Conor is trying to do. Conor is trying to, like, shut the fuck up. Conor's trying to get a payday. That's what he's trying to do. What do you mean he's trying to redefine what boxing is? Get the fuck out of here. All right? Are you shitting me? Yeah, Shell Sonnen over there comparing this fight to when karate was exposed in the first UFC. Yeah. Because this is the argument. All these karate schools, they don't watch UFC. Their senseis tell them not to watch it because they realize that it's all fake. Once the karate dudes got taken down and destroyed, it exposed karate. These weren't tough guys. They were exposed. And now all these boxing, hardcore fans and all the boxing pundits, they're covering their ears or putting their heads in the sand, and they're scared, they're frightened that they may realize that the sport isn't real. Really, you know what the difference is between karate in no holds barred contests and boxing in boxing? You know what the difference is? First of all, just by hearing that, do you not hear the difference? Just by me saying that, do I have to explain anything else? But the other difference is, all right, and by the way, a lot of people like to quote Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee liked boxing, right? Bruce Lee praised boxing because boxing actually, all right, had full fucking contact. Sure, it had rules and all that. Of course, there's rules in boxing. There are rules. Those rules are there by design. The Marquis of Queensberry rules. Okay, but they weren't, pity pat. Boxing isn't pity pat. Like boom, 1 point. Okay, 1 point. Go. Boom, one point. That's not what boxing is. Those are going in there trying to knock each other's head off. Boxing has been an everlasting experiment since the birth of the Marquis of Queensberry rules. Guys have been trying different things, different methods, different styles, different forms of defense, different forms of offense, different philosophies. Okay, it's been a constant trial. Okay, it's been a constant. All right. There has never been a point of, okay, let's all fight the same. That is a lie, okay, being put out there by a bunch of MMA pundits that are in flat out denial of what's going to happen on the 26th. They know what's coming, but they have to find an elaborate explanation, okay, to give Conor McGregor a shot in this fight. Oh, he's going to go in there, but he's not going to box Floyd. He's going to fight within the rules, but he's not going to box Floyd the way boxers box. I know a lot of you are pretending to know what that means. Okay, I know. Well, Conor's not going to throw punches in the traditional way, and he's not going to do footwork the traditional way, and it's going to throw Floyd Mayweather off, and he's going to be erratic, and he's going to just throw punches from angles at Floyd. I know that's the argument you're making. It's not that I'm not hearing you. It's not that I'm not hearing you. It's not that I don't understand what you're trying to say. But this is the reality. And you guys got to listen to what the fuck you're saying. Even the ones making this argument, right? This is what their argument is. He's going to be so unorthodox that it's going to take Mayweather some time to figure it out. But once if he allows Mayweather to figure it out and get that timing down, that MMA range down, then it's over. But Conor has a window of opportunity to make something happen in those first few rounds. It's going to throw Mayweather off, right? Now, let's say that's true, right? I think that's a bunch of horse shit, but let's say that's true, okay? Let's say it's true that, that philosophy, that hypothesis, let's say it's true, okay? Okay, all right. But you're admitting that style, not boxing in a quote-unquote, this is their words, in a traditional sense, it's only effective not for an entire fight, just a couple of rounds. And so if it's not effective for an entire fight, and somebody could catch on to it in a couple of rounds, then it's obviously not effective for an entire. If it's not effective for a fight, then it's not effective for 2 fights. And if it's not effective for 2 fights, it's definitely not effective for 3. And if it's not effective for 3, it ain't effective for 4 of them. Okay, and as if they figured it out in the first few rounds, and then what do you do from there then? What you're doing is, without actually saying it, you're flat out acknowledging and admitting that what Conor is bringing to the table, at best, it's not even effective for a full fight, much less a whole boxing career. If you can't even have a full successful career fighting like that, how the fuck is that effective? And you're trying to say that boxing needs to get out of its own ass and all this shit. You guys need to get out of your own ass. All right? Let me tell you what's going on here. What we got here is failure to communicate. Look, this is the failure, right? this idea that a boxer can be unorthodox and can't, that's, of course they can. When you watch Manny Pacquiao fight, all bullshit aside, Manny Pacquiao does a lot of quote unquote errors as far as boxing fundamentals go, but he's effective. So did Mayorga. Okay, a lot of fighters don't do it the quote unquote way. Okay, the way, like there's no such thing as a way in boxing. Teddy Atlas, for example, has a different boxing philosophy than a Freddie Roach. A Freddie Roach has a different boxing philosophy to Emmanuel Stewart. An Emmanuel Stewart has a different boxing philosophy to a Buddy McGirt. A Buddy McGirt has a different philosophy to what, any other boxing trainer has. Of course, there's styles that pop up and they're, and they become successful. Like to give you an example, right? Customato became obsessed with defeating what was becoming the new trend and the new style, which was the way Muhammad Ali was boxing. Okay, and we're talking about the heavyweight division, right? And not only that, and shout out to my boy Doc out there, but also to develop a style to get on the inside of guys with really long arms, like a Sonny Liston, right? And he became obsessed with that because remember, Sonny Liston knocked out his world champion, Floyd Patterson, right? And Mike Tyson was a built machine. He was built to beat that long, rangy, long arm, on their toe style. He was built for that. But you know what? It took time. He had to be developed. Okay, he had to go through an amateur system. Okay, he was an amateur for a while, and Tyson was a machine, right? And then he turned pro, and he had to have several pro fights under his belt. Tyson also had unbelievable power, real power. Like not none of this. He knocked one guy out, a couple dudes out all of a sudden, and this is against guys that knew how to slip punches and that were good at rolling with shots and specialize at preventing themselves from getting hit. Okay, so it's much different. Conor McGregor, so it's not that I don't understand that people are saying, well, Conor McGregor, I mean, he's bringing so many unknowns to this, and he's just gonna surprise Floyd, and Floyd's not gonna have enough time. He's too old, and he's not gonna be able to figure it out. Look, man, all right? You could say that all you want. You can. But in order to conquer the fundamentals, you have to master the fundamentals. Okay? Period. No one, like let's say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Did a lot of guys change the game in Jiu-Jitsu? Yes. Now, did anybody change the game of Jiu-Jitsu without having some form of background, like serious background in grappling? I mean, I could go in there it's like I heard someone say once, and I heard this in an MMA podcast, the hardest thing about, wrestling somebody, like in wrestling school, when you wrestle somebody that never wrestled before, it's just something difficult about it because, they're not moving the way a wrestler moves. And they're not doing things correctly, so that's a challenge. Okay, there's a difference between calling something a challenge and calling something a threat. Okay, I'm sure there will be some challenges that Mayweather needs to overcome in a Conor McGregor fight. These challenges are going to be met within seconds and minutes. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be some challenges like, what the fuck's this guy doing? Yeah, sure, why not? But it doesn't mean it's going to be a threat. And no newbie just goes to wrestling and starts pinning the best wrestlers. They may present themselves with some challenges, okay, but they're not going to beat the wrestler, okay? Yeah, maybe they're moving erratically, and you got to kind of what the fuck's this guy doing? What the hell? Okay, it's no different to another analogy I've heard, and Bisping make this analogy. He said, sometimes, I'm sparring, and a guy walks in, and he just starts throwing punches. Like if he has no experience striking, he just starts throwing these weird, wild punches. You're like, what the fuck you doing? And you're getting hit. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, because when you get hit by a wild punch, it has more of a like what the fuck? Of course, right? Whereas if you get hit with a textbook, punch, you're like, well, that's expected. He did it the way he's supposed to. But there's a reason things are textbook. There's a reason that there's fundamentals. There's a reason that there's a proper way to do something. There's a reason for that. And if you listen to these individuals, they're not describing a style that's going to, transcend boxing forever. They're describing a game plan that might work. Okay, that's what they're describing, right? And they say it themselves. They say it themselves. So that's just the reality, man. What you guys have, it's a hypothesis, right? Look, I know, yeah. I've seen guys, they go in there, they have a Muay Thai background, and the boxer's like, he's getting ready to spar, and he throws him off for a couple rounds. He's not moving the way a boxer moves. Am I saying that's never happened? Of course that happens. But there's a difference between being in training mode, right, and an actual fight. There's a difference, right? There's a big difference. No, but and it's one thing was saying, well, he was giving them fits. He was this, he was that. Yeah, but did he ultimately win? When it came down to it, did he win? You see, that's all that matters. Because if this theory of, well, someone that comes from a kickboxing background can throw these boxers off, and if that was true, then Chris Algieri should have thrown Pacquiao off so much, right, that he should have been so confusing for Manny Pacquiao because he has a kickboxing background. All these Muay Thai guys that have gone from Muay Thai to boxing, some of them were successful. Now they actually had a boxing career. They actually worked their way up, and they had several fights under their belt before they got anywhere near a serious contender. But if this was true, why didn't they start dominating and taking over the sport of boxing? There's been many kickboxers that have tried this. And when I say this, I'm talking about the sport of boxing. It would have happened by now. Oh, I know, right? I know. Those guys try to conform to the boxing way, right? Is that what you're going to say? Nah, but those guys, because those guys try to box boxers like boxers box. Well, is that what you're going to say? And I know. If you listen to like Mr. Black over there, and you listen to the Shabs over there, you listen to some MMA commentators over there, if you listen to them, they got a lot of you guys fooled, man. They got a lot of you dudes fooled. And they keep talking about, like, I keep hearing them say, oh, these these boxing guys, they're very insecure. I think they're really scared about what's going to happen. Like it's, what that's called? That's called projection, right? So why are you talking about a D-Style? I'm talking about it because it's fun. Like, this is great, right? There's going to be a roast come August 26th. Look, man, a lot of you guys, you're going to be like, oh, fuck. After the fight, you're going to be like, oh, shit, I got to go to D-Styles Boxing channel. Oh, shit, D-Styles live right now. I'm going to let a lot of these dudes have it. When this fight's over, man, in fact, I'm going to do a live video, of course. I promise you guys that night. I'm going to do a live video. I'm gonna have some MMA fans, and if you guys remember, I did a video like that for the Mayweather Pacquiao with some family and friends. So I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, if not, I'll just come on myself. But it just depends. It depends because of my job and stuff. But I'll be on here for sure. Even if Mayweather loses, if I'm proven wrong, I'm gonna be on here. Trust me, I'm gonna be on here. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, we're gonna sit down and talk about it. It's gonna be like therapy if that happens. But I know what's gonna happen. Right, and you could say, well, you could say whatever you want, right? I know what's going to happen, but not only that, okay? I'm going to go video by video. I'm telling you, I'm going to record all these dudes with this dumb theory. I'm going to record them all. I'm going to do a video, a traditional YouTube video, just of these dudes saying these things, okay? I'm just going to do a whole montage of it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, man. I've written down a lot of the shit I've heard. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Like, you think, like, you're just going to, like, listen to yourselves. You guys are celebrating because you beat up allegedly, by the way, allegedly beat up, okay, a fucking love handle wearing fucking Paulie Malignaggi. And you guys are celebrating like this is an amazing feat. Like MMA has gone, so much forward in boxing circles because of what McGregor, the best boxer in UFC history, okay, did to a fucking chunky Paulie Malignaggi. And the more and more I watch that footage, honestly, the less and less impressive it looks. Look, he landed a very good left, but I also noticed that he always lifts his back foot. Okay, like lifts it a lot. Yeah, good luck doing that against Mayweather. That dude's gonna be reaching. Look, he's gonna be reaching with that fucking left hand so much. The long limbs have a long way to travel, man. You got a long way to travel with 8 ounces in your hand. By the way, that's the other thing about the ounces. Okay, there's more force in the impact when you go forward, but that means so there's more weight on your hand. Now you may think it's not a lot. Okay, but when you bring back, right, to pull back 8 ounces, or if it's 10 ounces, even worse, to pull that back with those long arms, long limbs of Conor, okay, to pull that all the way back, that little millisecond, that's all Floyd needs. It's a sport of milliseconds. That's what it is. That's what it is. And then if what I saw, like when they were holding, right, little pity pass shots that Conor was landing on Paulie when they were in the clinch, if that's how you're gonna overwhelm Mayweather, good luck, man. Like, first, good fucking luck with that. All right, good fucking luck. Like, it's not even funny. He landed a punch on Paulie's back. Did you guys see that shit? He landed a punch in the back. Yeah, Paulie looked a little goofy there, all chunky and falling over to the ropes and stuff. And let me tell you, well, Paulie was wrong that he was shoved. He wasn't shoved, okay? But once I saw Hatman's video, it wasn't really a knockdown. It just wasn't, right? And it's irrelevant to me. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. But it's a funny part is that Conor's team swore that Conor landed a 4-piece on him. That's what they were saying. So they were lying too, okay? Or maybe they weren't lying, but maybe that's what they think they saw. When you watch it, Paulie was dodging most of those punches. I don't even think Conor landed one on his way down. Maybe he was exhausted or something, and then they're also insinuating that it was the same round. Was it the same round? Because that's what they're saying. Conor just said, we only have to release that round because that was the point in question. We're not going to release the full 12. Are you sure that was the same round? Are you going to stick to that? Well, and now you're trying to pull fucking Steve Forbes out of retirement? What happened to, no, we really want to reaffirm. If you really want to reaffirm that Conor's ready for Floyd Mayweather, then pay up and get a real boxer in there. And let's see. right? And then release the sparring after the fight. Why not? I'm telling you, man, this ain't a good look for Conor. This ain't a good look, man. I'm telling you that right now. Sure, they had fun at Paulie's expense. Hell, I found it hilarious. I laughed about it. But it's not going to help him. Like it's not going to do anything for him August 26th. It's not going to do anything for him. Nothing. Ariel Helwani, by the way, that dude's a fucking... Like, I don't hate the guy, okay? But Ariel Helwani has always had, like, this little vendetta against boxing. Always. That dude's always had a little vendetta, right? Like, always. Like, he's all interviewing the Conor camp and, like, so... You know, have a lot of boxing minds been trying to tell you guys, you know, how to approach this fight? Do you laugh about it? Or like shut up, dude. Somebody shut that dude up, right? I mean, I don't like how Dana White's treating him and all that. I think that's wrong, okay? But I don't think a promoter should be shutting him down. But, you know, I'm a fan. I could tell anybody I want to shut up. You know, I'm not putting him out of a job, you know, but he's just a slimy dude, that guy, right? Like, he's talking about how he didn't want to be associated with the UFC. He wanted to be an independent MMA journalist. Well, where's your journalistic integrity? Because me, I'm just a fucking fan here, clowning Paulie, but you're supposedly have integrity and all that. Why aren't you questioning? And if he has, somebody point me to it. Why aren't you questioning the authenticity of these videos? Why does it take a fucking YouTuber and Hatman to break that shit down? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? You know? Like, this shit's insane. And then you have fucking Dana White. Like, he's all, what he's saying when he posted that video, he goes, I just saw this, by the way. I'd seen the videos on YouTube, but I never saw his tweet or message. Was it Instagram? I forgot what it was. But he put a message, and the message said, this is a real fight. Look at what Conor's doing, a former two-time IBF and WBA two-division champion. I see what you're doing there. Now I'm knocking the hustle. You know, it ain't me you're hustling. Like, I know who he's hustling. Okay? I know who he is hustling. Okay? Don't fool yourselves. I still remember. Like, you don't think I remember, Dana? You don't think I remember when James Toney was in the fight, Randy Couture, and you were posting pictures of an in shape, like they photoshopped, okay, pictures of an out of shape James Toney. I'm sorry, of an in shape James. Like they were making people like wonder, like, is James Toney in shape for this fight? James Toney came in heavier than I've ever seen him come in that fight. Now that shit was a circus too. Right, but fucking James Toney still no shot in that fight. Well, everybody knew when he got taken down he's gonna get fucking mauled. Everybody knew that, right? But fucking, it's not like Zuffa, or it's not Zuffa anymore. It's not like Dana White, you know, is a stranger to tricking people just to sell a fucking pay-per-view, right? He's a fucking promoter, right? They already have. Let me tell you. You want DStyle to tell you what's going to happen? All these same people saying that Conor's an animal, he's at another level, he's going to knock out Floyd Mayweather. He's going to hit Mayweather so hard that even if Mayweather blocks the glove, it's going to rattle his brain and he's going to go down. Okay. The people saying that shit are the same people that are going to be posting shit here on the internet, all over social media. And mark DStyle's words. Write this shit down. That way you're like, oh yeah, DStyle did say this. DStyle said this shit at 4:42 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, August 13, 2007. DStyle said it. Write it down. They're gonna be all over the internet saying, oh yeah, well, why did Mayweather fight him in MMA now? Real fight. Right? Well, why does he do this? What, like, you know, that's what they're gonna do. Okay, they're already talking like a bunch of losers, right? Now they're confident. They're saying they're going to knock out Mayweather in 3 rounds. The only reason they're predicting an early stoppage is because they know that's their only shot. Okay? Like their only shot is to catch Mayweather early. That's it. That's literally their only shot. Right? That's it. And with the way that, with them trying to bring dudes like Steve Forbes in, Slim left town. Slim's gone. Okay? Slim was in like Connor's camp. Like Slim was like, yo, come on, Connor. I'm your shot. My name's Slim. Right? As soon as Connor just didn't want to really test himself, it should be a red flag to you guys that he doesn't want to test himself. That should be a red flag. That they're trying to drag a fucking Stevie Forbes out of retirement to try and promote the fight, because that's what it is. That they have this fucking amateur boxer, Bradley, you know, who's, you know, Connor's his hero, be his sparring partner. You know, like this shit's insane. Okay? He doesn't want to improve. Now, again, I'm knocking Connor's hustle. I know what he's doing. I know exactly what Connor's doing, right? Connor knows exactly what he's doing. You know, I can't knock him. He's making a lot of money for this fight. I can't knock the guy. Okay? Obviously, the strategy has worked. But he wants to go in there believing he's the baddest dude on the planet. When it comes to boxing, nobody can fuck with me. Look at what I did to my sparring partners, right? Right. Get the fuck out of here. You know what type of dudes fucking Canelo was sparring? A Gennady fucking Golovkin. Okay? Seriously. Do you know who Floyd Mayweather was sparring when he was getting ready to fight Robert Guerrero? Fucking Errol Spence, dude. I believe it was Errol Spence. I could be wrong about that, but he sparred him at some point. You know, is Connor, you know, is he doing the following? Is he getting, like, when you're the dude that's getting ready to spar, you want to be taken to the limit, okay? You want fucking one dude to come in, 4 rounds, boom, 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 go all out with him. You're done with 4 rounds, he's done with 4 rounds. You stay in the ring, a fresh sparring partner comes in. You go, boom, you go at it with him. You are done 4 rounds. He comes in fresh. He's all warmed up. Boom, 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 boom. All right, you got 4 more rounds to go. You're tired. Fuck, you just fought 2 motherfuckers. They only have to fight you 4 rounds. They put another dude in the ring. You put the toughest one of all your sparring partners in the last 4 rounds. He may get the best of you, but you're boxing him tired. See, that's how you got to do it. And then you continue that progression and like, oh, shit. Connor doesn't want to do that. How do you know he hasn't done that? Well, I mean, he was wasting his time. You know, it helped promote the fight, but it didn't do anything to help him prepare for Mayweather having a 12-round contest against Malignaggi, right? It didn't do anything for him. What did he do for him? If anything, they gave him a false sense of security. That's all I did. That's all I did. But that's literally all I did. It's giving all these people with hope like a false sense of security. I never in my life seen so much. Like, let me put it this way. If this was like another boxer doing that to Malignaggi, right? Do you know what the boxing world would be saying? Like, let's say there was footage released of Errol Spence like beating the shit out of Paulie. Honest to God, and I'm not just saying to say it, and any boxing fan will confirm this, we would be saying, what the fuck is Errol Spence doing? Why the fuck? Why is he, first of all, wasting his time? And second of all, why is he being a fucking bully? Like, why is he like fucking, who does, like, does Errol Spence, like, does it make him feel better about himself because he's beating up an old ass fucking washed up fat Paulie Malignaggi? He wouldn't be praised. Like, Errol Spence fans wouldn't be celebrating. They would have been, oh yeah, 30 seconds of him, you know, beating up on Paulie. Yeah. Now, first of all, Paulie wouldn't go 12 rounds with Errol Spence, okay? Not with that body. I don't think he goes 2 rounds with Errol Spence. But that's number one, okay? Just making that clear. Paulie would be sent home. Okay, go home, Paulie. Insulting me. Once you took off your fucking shirt, you're out of shit. Get the fuck out of here. I got work to do. I need work, Paulie. Okay, that's what I need. I need work, Paulie. Don't waste my fucking time. Get the fuck out of here. Paulie wouldn't be hired for any other major spar partner, as a spar partner for any other major fight. He wouldn't. Okay? Now let me put some stuff in perspective for you guys, okay? And a lot of you MMA fans won't even know a lot of these names, so like just bear with me. But let's go down the line, okay? Just a couple weeks ago, we all saw Robert Guerrero get his ass whooped by Omar Figueroa. Remember that? Now, Omar Figueroa, by the way, isn't known as a big puncher. You know, he's not known as this devastating puncher. You know, I think he's a good fighter. I like the guy. You know, El Pantera. We all saw what he did to Robert Guerrero, right? I mean, just knocked his head back several times. He made Omar Figueroa look like a fucking beast. Okay? I mean, he just did. And what was it, like 3 rounds the fight ended? And Robert Guerrero was knocked down several times? Now, I want you guys to think about this, okay? What if, now, do you guys think that Omar Figueroa would be able to beat Mayweather? Did you hear any boxing fans saying that? Like, oh my God, look what Omar Figueroa did to a former 4-time world champion. Oh my God. Were people saying that? No, you know what they were saying? Oh, Robert Guerrero made fucking Omar Figueroa look like a fucking beast. That dude needs to retire. Robert Guerrero's a shot fighter, man. His reflexes aren't there no more. He was never the fastest guy in the world, but still he lost speed. He's just not effective anymore. He can't take punches anymore. Get that fucker out of the sport, okay? He doesn't even belong in the ring no more. Retire Robert Guerrero, please, right? That's what we're saying. Right? We weren't like celebrating it, but let's reverse it. Let's say that was leaked footage. Let's say Robert Guerrero was in Conor McGregor's sparring camp, right? And Conor McGregor landed that uppercut or something that Omar Figueroa did that knocked Guerrero's head back, and Guerrero went down, right? Now, first of all, the hilarious part is that shit would go 12 rounds. That's the hilarious part. But let's say that were to happen. The entire MMA world would be celebrating like Conor McGregor did something amazing. Oh my God, look at what he did to Robert Guerrero. Oh my God, look, 4-time world champion. Oh my God. That's what they would be saying. They would be celebrating this shit like he did something amazing. That's what they would be doing, right? Well, Paulie Malignaggi, he ain't in no different boat. The only difference between Paulie Malignaggi and Robert Guerrero is that Malignaggi's out of shape. Guerrero was actually in shape for that, that's the only thing he had, but he was in shape for the Omar Figueroa fight. Paulie Malignaggi was getting knocked out left and right. He was making Egginton look like a beast, knocking him out. Okay? And then, and he was retired for a while. The dude has love handles now. And not only that, we can speculate, but we really don't know what happened in the rest of that sparring. We just don't know. When I see it, I believe it type of guy. I'm speculating Conor got the best of him, but even if he did, are you telling me Paulie had no moments in the entire sparring session? Are you telling me that he couldn't have won 3-4 rounds against Conor where Conor looked vulnerable? At the very least? Are you telling me that? No, you have a former world champ. Like, you guys don't understand, man. Keywords, former, okay, and past his prime. That actually means something, okay? Out of shape actually means something. All right? That actually means something. It's like these aren't things that don't mean anything. They mean something, right? Like, do you really think that Kimbo Slice will knock out a prime Ken Shamrock? Well, granted, if that fight wasn't fixed, but I'm just saying. Maybe, huh? But does someone being in the prime matter? Of course it does. Of course it matters. We don't even know what Paulie Malignaggi weighs right now. It's all pudgy and shit. the fuck out of here. So that's the state we're in here. It's that halo effect. You know, like everybody's just falling in line here. Everybody's just falling in line. Oh my God, look at what he did. Polymalnaji. Like everybody's just ignoring. It's like they're relishing in this as if it's a victory. Okay, well, go. If it's a victory to you, then that's a pretty low bar. Okay, like it honestly is, right? That's like me saying boxing's taking over because Ray Mercer knocked out Tim Silva. It's a low bar. Okay, it's a very low bar to have. Seriously, man. If you want to get better at something, okay, you're going to have to get your ass whooped. It's just the way it is. If Conor wants to improve his boxing, he's going to have to box better boxers and get his ass whooped so he can then get himself at their level. It's just the way it is. Period. They don't really believe that he's going to win. Okay? They don't really believe that. They're telling themselves that. Okay? Because they got nothing to lose. So if he does win, they could say they knew all along. That's what it is. Okay? Let's go and open up the chat. Should have had this shit up anyway, but wonder what you guys are thinking here. By the way, guys, make sure you hit that like button. No, don't be like that. Hit that like button. Okay, I got a bunch of comments here, so let me go through them. AJ 10, last guy Conor fought never had a pro boxing fight. Yep, Mr. Boxing. No, he fought Berto last, bro. All right, boxing fan, you're gonna see it. Todd Joseph McGregor gonna get beat in 12 rounds. Mr. Boxing, hey, bro, don't mind me. Keep hope alive. Todd Joseph, I'm sorry, you're right, but I'm really going honestly. Blah blah blah. AJ 10, DStyle will have an epic post fight. It will be epic. August 27th. Now, August 26th, bro. I'm going to be, August 26th, that fucking night, I'm going to be fucking live. Right? Oh, it's going to be glorious. I'm going to call August 28th, 6th, going to be the glorious day. It's going to be, DStyleBoxing pronounces August 26th, the glorious day of boxing. Let's move on. Agent 10, Conor was slapping. He was counting. Like, dude, those punches on the inside, bro, like, that's, knock yourself out with those little pity pat shits, dude. Fucking arm punches. Like, you knock yourself out with those. You keep going. You keep doing that. Mr. Boxing, I'm counting on Floyd being superior boxer, even at 40 years old. I agree. Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. The worst part is that they are charging the public $100 to watch this mismatch. Dan the man, Conor looks scrappy in the footage. Happy Slappy. Slappy McGregor. You know the best part is I really hope they do what they did in the Algeria fight and Pacquiao. You know, where I really like, oh man, I would love to be that interviewer. Like I would kill. I would do it for free. Showtime, DStyle will do it for free. Okay. I want to be the interviewer like at Conor's corner, you know? Like, you know, like after round 2, be like, hey, so you know, you guys were really confident that you were gonna knock him out in 2 rounds. You know, what's going on? Did the game plan change? Like, I just want to know what they would say. I want to see like how long the state of denial lasts. You know, I want to know how long the state of denial is gonna last. Because when people convince themselves of something, it's very hard to get them out of that state of denial. You know, don't be shocked if after the fight they start saying things like Conor felt sick, Conor was, you know, it's something just didn't go right, just wasn't his night, nothing was clicking. It was his first boxing training camp. We miscalculated. I think he overtrained. Like there's going to be something like that. They're going to say Conor wasn't at his best, and because they're going to be in that state of denial, you know, where they're just not going to. They keep talking about boxing's world's crashing. Their world's going to crash. As much as boxing fans may think this means a lot to us, this means a lot to them. Okay, this fight is a microcosm of the MMA world trying to seek approval from the boxing fans. Like, for years, they've been wanting us to shut up and admit that MMA fighters can box at the level of professional boxers. Right? So they're the ones arguing that boxing has it up its ass, and boxing has become so refined and it's not open to new ideas. And, they make fun of the way us MMA guys box, but, they don't understand. Like, it's always been like this, this weird kind of thinking. It's them. They're the ones that aren't open to the idea that, boxing, of course it's refined. Of course, boxing is, it's been tested. Boxing has been an ongoing experiment. It's actually been experimented. These dudes have a hypothesis. Boxing has actually experimented millions of times, hypothesis, and has come up with the same conclusions over and over and over again throughout the years. For over a century, since the Marquess of Queensberry rules were dotted, it's been experiment after experiment. Styles have come and gone. Styles have become obsolete. And it's been an ongoing experiment. Sometimes styles come back from the past. You really think that Conor McGregor is sitting down and studying old boxing footage, and you think he could even pick it up if he were to just by watching it? It's at the end of the day, right? The diarrhea that's coming out of their mouths, right? I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna make them eat that fucking diarrhea. I know that's a gross thing to say, but the diarrhea that keeps coming out of their fucking mouth, not their shit, their diarrhea, I'm gonna make them fucking eat that diarrhea out of a fucking bowl come August 26th. That's what I'm going to fucking do. I told them it's not a fucking game. You want to come over here and, just because your sport's growing and you guys are finally learning how to throw proper punches, all of a sudden you think you could get in there with one of the best boxers ever? Get the fuck out of here. This ain't a fucking game. This ain't no fucking game. And not only that, not only do you think he has a shot, you also want to question the way boxing has done things for over a fucking century. They come on here puffing out their chest. And, we're going to come here. We're going to show you how it's all about. We're going to show you the way it's done. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Yeah, how are you showing us? By beating up a fucking old-ass Paulie Malignaggi? Is that how you're showing us? In a 30-second clip, I got to keep repeating that. And it wasn't even the same fucking round. And you fucking edited the shit out of that thing. Let me tell you something. There's an old saying in boxing, right? And this old saying, by the way, proves everything they're saying about their theory wrong. Okay, their little hypothesis, it proves it wrong. Okay, an old saying in boxing is, in the ring, the truth will find you. That's an old boxing saying. Okay, in the ring, the truth will find you. The truth comes out in the ring. That's where it comes out. You can't edit a live boxing fight. You can't just show certain 2-second clips of no, we're going to watch the whole fucking thing. We're going to watch the entire fucking fight. We're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to see it go down that way. And you're going to see that their confidence is going to go from cloud 9 to cloud 7 to all of a sudden the fucking depths of fucking hell by the end of that fucking fight. Reality is going to dawn into them. Fuck. All this bullshit they've been telling me. This whole he's going to box him. No, Connor's not going to box him. He's going to fight him within the rules of boxing. What the? You guys are just making shit up, okay? They're going to have a Marquess of Queensberry rules fight. That's called boxing. All right? And no, it's not true that, boxers, they fight in an agreeable way. They just have an agreement that the only way you're going to slip punches is this way. The only way you're going to counter a punch is this way. That's not true. That's not that is the biggest horse shit I have ever heard. That is nowhere near true. Oh yeah, did they just agree to fight this way? That's not true. Okay, that's nowhere near true. Was Marcos Maidana agreeing to fight people a certain way? Was Pacquiao agreeing? Was when Ricardo Mayorga was letting fucking Forrest just smack him in the fucking face 5 times? Was he agreeing to do it the traditional? Get the fuck out of here. There's not even one way to describe, a boxing technician. Even boxing technicians have different approaches and different philosophies, okay? There's some dudes that don't even believe being on your toes is effective. A la fucking Teddy Atlas. I disagree with that, right? You're shitting me. What are you guys going to do next? Go tell golfers how to golf? You guys just agree with one. The only reason they can't beat Tiger Woods is because they just agree with Tiger Woods on the way he should swing a fucking golf club. The only reason that NBA players can't beat LeBron James because they play, they're playing basketball with LeBron James. They're not open to other ideas within the basketball rules and how to catch LeBron James off guard. Like, it's just, get the fuck out of here. Okay, are you shitting me? Like, the only reason that, if you put a fucking, the only reason that, if you put a cricket player, he'll be able to hit home runs all the time because, baseball players, they agree with pitchers on how you should swing a bat. And like, that's the dumbest shit I have ever heard. And it tells you how limited they are in their boxing knowledge. You know how I know that? Because this motherfucker, okay, even out of his own mouth said he never seen Conor McGregor in there with a quote-unquote elite boxer until he saw him box Paulie Malignaggi, okay? And they're looking at this from a biased perspective. How do I know that? Because according to them, before the footage was released, okay, they said Paulie got hit with a 4-piece and then got put in the ground. Well, when you watch the video footage, that's obviously not true. Okay, so if that's how they saw that happen, how do you think they saw the rest of the sparring happen? Is it me, or am I just eating these dudes alive every fucking day? Like, holy shit. Let's move on. Santa Claus is real. It's Conor's pro record. The funniest part is when Conor was like, somebody's has got to go. Like Conor, you actually have to be an undefeated fighter in boxing, to say that. Okay? At least 1-0, bro. And before somebody said, well, he didn't have a loss in boxing. No, you actually have to have a fight to say you're undefeated. Okay? All right. He's untested. There's a difference between untested or not contested and undefeated. There's a difference. Okay? Before somebody gives me a fucking smart-ass comment. Uncontested and undefeated are 2 different words. Conor McGregor is uncontested. Okay, Conor McGregor's never had a boxing fight. Okay, Conor McGregor's pro boxing record is as good as mine. Right? Get the fuck out of here. What am I going to say? I'm undefeated too? I don't know. Mr. Boxing Today had I know Mr. Boxing Today used to train boxing, but is Mr. Boxing Today gonna go up to Josh and be like, "Come on, fight me, man. Somebody's always got to go." Get the fuck out of here. All right? Somebody's asking me if I think Pactards evolved and morphed into Mactards. Not really. Not really. The Pactar know. They know what time's up. The Pactars don't. They don't want Conor to beat Mayweather. Kidding me? If that happens, it makes their guy look bad. Like so their dude couldn't do what Conor did. The Pactards they're closet Mayweather fans in this fight. I'll tell you that much right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. 2 years ago when he fought Pacquiao, I was confident Floyd was going to win, right? But not this confident. There was some doubts. There was some, I respected Pacquiao. I was like a little nervous in that 3rd round. I was. You know, there was a little bit of like a, oh, fuck. Like, if Pacquiao has a good night and Mayweather doesn't, Pacquiao could pull it off. You know, there was that. You know, this shit is a fucking charade. Somebody asked, have you ever seen a full Floyd Mayweather fight other than highlights? Don't think he has ever watched boxing fights, somebody says. I think they're talking about somebody. Did I say being taller more reach is the only reason? No. I didn't know for a lot of reasons. Man in Water, shout out. Man in Water's always in the chat. I want to give him a shout out. Muck slapper, bro. I guarantee you, man. Like Conor, like they're gonna get in the clinch, right? And Conor's gonna be throwing those slaps, like, da, 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 da. Like, and Mayweather's gonna be smiling, bro. He's gonna like Mayweather will have that like what the fuck, like kind of reaction, like that. He did it like in the De La Hoya fight when he was against the ropes, and De La Hoya started throwing his arm punches at Mayweather's body, and Mayweather was just like smiling, like what the fuck, like he's gonna do that several times in this fight, man. This dude. That's the worst shit you can do. You're trying to knock a dude out, man. Just tire off your fucking arms. Okay? Hope they mic up the corners. I hope too, man. Bro, I honest to God, man, they're going to be in denial, man. I guarantee you. Oh, it's just a game plan. You know, Conor McGregor, you know, he's just trying to set him up. You know, right now, Floyd Mayweather, you know, he's boxing a traditional style, but you know, he doesn't understand that Conor's gonna then just while he's talking, like, boom, right hand, boom, right hand. Oh man, I'll never forget. I got him in the cage. Yeah, I got him in the cage. I got him in the cage. I'm gonna release him from the cage. Poor Algerian, I never got released from the cage. I hope they have good salt water in the Irish Sea. Oh man, poor Irish man. Conor's gonna be running like he did in the Diaz fight. Well, I'm not biased. That's why you don't like hearing me. Todd Joseph is really he's a McGregor fan. It's all good. Todd Joseph, go ask Paulie how them boxing skills were. Yeah. Well, you guys sound confident, man. You guys are very confident that Conor McGregor is going to win this boxing match. So then there's no need to bring up the fact that Mayweather has to go to MMA, right? Once he beats Conor. I don't want to hear, you know, why didn't he go to MMA now? Right? I don't want to hear that. Okay, I don't want to hear this, you know. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm going to keep it 100. When a lot of boxing fans are saying, "Oh yeah, why doesn't Randy Couture come to boxing and fight James Toney?" I was the first one to say, man. Hey, no, like, James Toney was the one saying he go to MMA and let them know what's up. And Randy Couture was flat out admitting, like, I'm not gonna go box James Toney. Okay, you know, so I ain't gonna do nothing to James Toney in a boxing match. So this is a much different situation, right? No, but Floyd said, I don't give a fuck what Floyd said, right? At the end of the day, you guys wanted to come to our world, right? So when you're not successful, I don't want to hear you cry. Okay, you're not going to have fucking Des Bryant challenge LeBron James to a one-on-one basketball match, okay, and a game, that is. And when he gets beat in that game, right, all of a sudden cry about how, oh, yeah, well, why don't you play football against me, right? Well, why don't you cover me, huh? Play quarterback, see if you could stop me. Like, fuck you, right? Anyway. Somebody said McGregor's 21-0 stand-up. Go ask two-time world champion, current exposed liar, Paulie, how McGregor's boxing skills are. You know, you ride that Paulie wave, man. You guys ride that. You guys are gonna ride that wave, man. You do that, okay? You do that. If it makes you feel better, you do that, right? Somebody's saying Conor did look like Big George Foreman in sparring, though. That was from D-Man. Really? How? Explain. Mr. Boxing Today said, I believe Conor beat up on Malignaggi, retired out of shape or not. However, Mayweather's going to beat Conor fairly easily. I agree. A lot of great comments here, guys. Let's go down to BLK Latin Caesar. McGregor's stance is unorthodox as fuck. He seems wide open to be hit, but he throws those wide hooks. Strange style. Yeah, we'll see. When that fucking right hand comes right down the pipe, you know, we'll see how effective his little style is, right? MMA fans are getting excited over a few seconds sparring video by Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. Yeah, they are, man. Like they're celebrating this shit. Like it's a victory for them. You know, good for them. All right, the truth. This August 27th. I can't wait for Conor memes. It'll be even better than Ronda after a Holly fight. Yeah, I still remember when MMA fans and all these MMA analysts were saying that Ronda Rousey is an unbelievable athlete and she could go to boxing and take over boxing if she wanted to. Well, how'd that work out when she tried to box Holly Holm, huh? Mr. Boxing Today said, and he said this to Todd, because his technical skill set is at another level. Reflexes still seem intact. Good chin, good stamina, good speed. Not punch drunk, respectable power, excellent head movement, and timing. And Mr. Boxing Today has to explain to you guys the difference between a Floyd Mayweather Jr. who's going to be in shape and primed and ready on fight night to a Paulie Malignaggi who probably hadn't even ran a mile, okay, in the last fucking 6 months, okay? Then I don't know what the fuck to tell you guys. Like, if you you believe whatever the fuck you guys want to believe, right? At this style by Blackland Caesar. The only thing I would worry about is McGregor's time admitting he will come into the fight over 170 pounds. That's a lot of weight, bro. Man in water, I'm going to beat the best chess player by doing wacky moves he's never seen, like opening with a pawn on a7. Is that throw him off guard? Like, oh my God, what's this? What's this? Get the fuck out of here. All right. But chess masters, they're used to playing against other chess masters, and they have an agreement on what a good move is and what a good opening is. And you know, if you do like, get that shit out of here, get it out of here. Right? Get it the fuck out of here. Right? Get out of here. Boxing's never seen unorthodox fighter. Like we never see fucking Prince Nassim Hamed, right? Well, Nassim Hamed was successful, so why can't, you know, McGregor, you know, leave McGregor alone. He just wants to be successful. You know, the funniest part is these dudes, man, trying to bring fucking Stevie Forbes in for sparring. Get the fuck out of here. Stevie Forbes. Like, man, they're just trying to get anything they can, man. Well, why are they trying to get Stevie Forbes? Ask yourselves why. Ask yourselves, because, come on, man. Look, you guys. They're falling for the hype, man. They're falling for the hype. I'm telling you. They're falling for the hype. You know, this is, in a way, as I said earlier, they're trying to seek approval from boxing fans. You know, like they're tired of hearing boxing fans say these guys got no boxing skills, blah 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 blah. Look, I don't go that far myself. Like, you know what I mean? But like, Conor's got skills. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say he doesn't have skills, but the boxing that Conor McGregor does, right? You see, this is the problem. They think boxing is throwing punches. That's what they think boxing is. Boxing is a sport with a set of rules. And those rules are the Marquess of Queensberry rules. And as long as you abide by those rules, you're good to go. That's what boxing is, right? And basically, it's a fist fight. That's what it is. And this sham that you're being sold to by people on that MMA side, that boxing just they just have this agreement, and they have this gentleman agreement to fight a certain way, and block punches only a certain way, and doing it the boxing way. Let me tell you something. That is a bunch of horseshit. And if you're believing it, okay, you're just another sucker. Okay? That's all you are. They're making a lot of money out of this. Right? I could have been a fucking sellout and came on here and I could have made dumb arguments but believable arguments that Conor McGregor's going to win. And I'm telling you, I would triple my fucking subscriber count. But I'm not going to do that. Because I know it's going to sound silly after August 26th. But the bell's going to fucking ring and the show's over. Okay? As soon as the bell rings, the show's over. Everything they've been saying. Like the first thing you're going to realize, hey, what happened to Conor knocking him out in 2 rounds? It's the first thing you're going to realize. Oh, shit. They said it's going to be too much for Floyd. Well, what happened? That's the first thing that's going to stand out to you. But it's okay. Maybe it's just, Floyd was ready. Floyd was ready. And then before you know it, 3rd round, 4th round. By the 5th round, this fight's so boring. They're just there staring at each other. He's just pity-patting him. Well, why doesn't Conor throw? He's right there. Conor doesn't look right. There's something wrong with Conor. The fight's bought off. They told Conor not to hit Floyd. They bought out the fight. Conor's not even trying. It looks like he doesn't even want to be there. And they're not going to be able to explain why Conor McGregor isn't throwing as much. They're not going to be able to explain why Mayweather's right in front of him and Conor can't hit him. Not flush. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to land a jab. He's going to land some punches. I'm not saying he's going to land anything. Okay? But you're going to, like, every fighter Mayweather's fought has landed something, right? But as you're seeing the round, like being scored for Floyd, round after round, analysts giving it to Floyd, right? And you're just going to be waiting for that magical moment to happen. Oh, the magical moment, the magical moment. Well, he did it against Aldo. All this MMA-centric kind of mentality, right? Look at all the things he proved everybody wrong when he became king of the cage. Like if it matters in a fucking boxing fight. Oh, I mean, Aldo was considered the best ever, and look at what he did to Aldo. Oh my God, nobody gave him a shot against Alvarez. First of all, you know what that's called? That's called revisionist history, right? That's what that's called. A lot of people thought he was going to beat Aldo. Okay, get the fuck out of here. First of all, he beat some top contenders before he got to Aldo, right? So we had an idea of what Conor could do in the octagon. Second of all, right, Aldo gave him the chin. I have a video and I explain how he knocked out Aldo. You guys can check that out. I'll refer you to that. Go to my channel, look it up, how Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo, right? Just look it up. Look it up. It's right there on my channel. I explain it to you. It wasn't something magical or anything like that. I explained to you how it happened. And I explained to you why that's not going to happen to Mayweather. I'm trying to help you guys out. You guys could sound like the fucking expert come fight night. Listen to D-Style. When you're seeing it with your friends, oh yeah, McGregor, man, he's got the power. Once he lands, it's over. Wow, amazing boxing, IQs. Why is Conor going to win? Because when Conor lands, heads bounce off the canvas. They're just repeating shit Conor says. Okay? When Conor lands, it's over. All right. Okay. All right. If you listen to D-Style, you tell him, no, man. You don't understand. And it's, you know, they're not gonna believe it. No, man, but Conor, you know, yeah, that's what people were saying when he was gonna fight Aldo, that he couldn't beat Aldo. That's what everybody doubted him when he was gonna fight Alvarez. But look at what he did to him, man. Like, I'm telling you guys right now. Okay, if they think that sounds like convincing, you know, it's stupid. You know, it's. But if you listen to D-Style, man, after the fight, you're gonna be the fucking genius. When they're like, oh, but why couldn't he hit him? He's right there. Hit him. Conor, throw, Conor, throw. Throw, it doesn't even hit hard. What? Just take a punch and throw. Remember Nelly said you could just put both your hands behind your back and just let Floyd hit you in the chin? Just to prove to him that those big pillows aren't going to hurt you? Conor, throw. Throw, Conor. Just throw. Please. All my boxing friends, they've been telling me my whole life that you dudes can't box, man. Please throw something, Conor. Remember what he did to Paulie Malignaggi, two-time champion, Conor. Conor, please, throw. Throw, Conor. Please throw. Hashtag throw, Conor. I'm going to have that shit trending fucking August 26th, man. Hashtag throw, Conor. Or should it be a hashtag throw, Conor, throw? I don't know. You guys, give me your feedback. What should it be? Every video I do, I'm going to put that hashtag. Because that's what they're going to say, man. That's what they're going to be saying. You know, like it's hilarious. Like it's Conor's going to land a jab, and these dudes are going to act like he just fucking rattled Mayweather. Like, oh, no, yeah, you said he couldn't hit him. You said he couldn't hit him. Look, he just landed. He landed a jab. Like, they're going to act like every fight Floyd's been in, the dude's landed a jab or two. Like, you know, every round. But they're going to act like Conor did something unbelievable when he lands a fucking jab. It's going to be ridiculous. They're going to swear he won the round because he landed a jab. Okay? It's going to be hilarious, but, you know, they're not going to get the end result they want. They're just not. Okay? I swear, like, Conor lands a jab, that all of a sudden, in their minds, he proved everybody wrong. Like, you know, get the fuck out of it. This dude, remember when Marquez landed that big right hand on Mayweather? I think it was like round 3 or something like that. You know, like it's like if Conor lands anything like that, they're gonna fucking jump off their seats and act like McGregor just accomplished an unbelievable feat. You know, shit's insane. Hashtag throw Conor. All right? Hashtag throw Conor, just throw. By the way, some of you just came on. I said this earlier, and I want to thank, once again, the trainer of Conor McGregor. Now, I don't know which is his main trainer, but it was one of them. The one that said, hey, I want to thank Conor, you know. I want to thank Malignaggi for coming in. That guy, the same one that said, I never seen Conor test himself against a elite fighter, like probably not an elite fighter anymore. If he ever was, that's number one, but he's not anymore, even if you considered him before. But if that guy, it's amazing, like how shocked he was. Oh, when we felt those 8-ounce gloves, you know, there's no difference in the padding to the 4-ounce glove, because in the boxing glove, I mean, who would have known? The padding is all the way to the wrist. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying for the longest fucking time. But somebody, please get that over there to Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. Please say that to them. And by the way, if you go with the horsehair gloves, they have way less padding on the fucking knuckle. And throughout a 12-round fight, by the 8th round, they got almost no fucking padding. Okay, on the fucking knuckle, on the point of impact. I'm just saying, okay? You know how this, to me, this is me, but This is a very chilling like description. But I remember when Lennox Lewis was describing the punches he was landing on Tyson, and he said, I could feel my knuckles connecting with his bone. You know, I mean, through the glove, through the fucking wraps. Okay, like when he would hit Tyson, boom, he could feel like the entire point of impact, his knuckles connecting with his fucking bone. All right, that is chilling. Okay, there's practically no fucking padding. So fuck this stupid, you know. And I understand this is a heavyweight and this is fucking Lennox Lewis. Okay, I get that. 154 pounders don't hit that hard. I get that. But it's just to kind of, you know, debunk the stupid big pillow fucking theory that you keep hearing from Skip Bayless and shit, right? Shout out to those that just came in. Thumbs up the video. We're almost going to take the shit to archive. So a lot of that joined late, you could, you know, come back, listen to it from the beginning. Again, you can leave if you have any questions, if you have any theories, things you've heard. I can't hear everything. So if there's a video you think I should watch about how somebody's breaking down on McGregor's going to win and all that, by all means, you know, send it to my email at DStyleBoxing@gmail.com. That's DStyleBoxing@gmail.com. Or you can also leave a private message here on YouTube. Okay. That's the way to do it. So leave me those links. I'll check it out, and we'll go from there. This is interesting. I can't wait. They put a boxing 8-ounce glove is more lethal than an MMA 4-ounce glove. Well, I believe, and I felt these gloves, man. I have a 12-ounce glove, and comparing the knuckle part, and this, by the way, this is a bag glove. This is not even like a. This is just to hit a punching bag, and it has a little more padding on the knuckle part than the MMA glove, but that's a glove designed to hit a fucking punching bag, right? I mean, imagine an 8-ounce glove, even a 10-ounce glove, that's made for boxing in a professional boxing fight. It's a myth. And just the way these guys talk, the reason a lot of MMA fighters say these things, because the only time they use boxing gloves is to spar, and they're using 16 ounces, okay? And they've never gone a 12-round fight with an 8-ounce glove. They've never done that, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, what it does is the 8-ounce glove, 12-ounce boxing glove, it protects your hand more. So if you land a punch wrong, you don't break your fucking hand. So you could throw another one. All right? And so it allows you to throw more. It allows you to attack the body more. So if you hit the elbow, you don't break your fucking hand. So it provides more protection to your hand, not your opponent's body and face. So repeat after me. Is everybody ready? Okay? Now, this is common sense. A lot of boxing fans are like, duh, but you know, for any McGregor fans or MMA fans listening to this, repeat after me. You ready? I'm going to say it, and then we're going to say it together, okay? Repeat after me. The boxing glove is designed to protect the fighter's hands, not his opponent's face. All right, good job. Are you ready, guys? Okay, everybody, repeat after me. The boxing glove is designed to protect the fighter's hands, not his opponent's face. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good job. You learned something today. Okay? It's crazy. Like, oh, these gloves, they're kind of scary. You know, it's a scary thing. You know, it's just like I felt the knuckle parts. There's no difference to the 4-ounce. It was a pleasant surprise. Like, look at, they're barely learning this. Like, they're barely figuring this shit out. You know, this is insane. McGregor had an interview the other day. Oh, yeah, I was feeling some. And I was like, what do you mean hair, horsehair? And I was feeling the gloves. Like, oh, okay, you know, some of them are for punchers, and some of them are, he's just figuring this shit out, bro. Conor doesn't even know what his preference is for a 12-round fight. He doesn't know because he hasn't been in a 12-round fight. No, he's part polyman. Oh, okay. consider that a fight. Okay, fine. By the way, I don't even know what to believe because everybody thought he was whooping on that South African dude. Okay, I forgot his name. Okay, and then they released the actual footage, and it was a totally different fight once it was unedited. Right? It's funny how when you edit something, how dominant you can look. Okay, I can get any fight. Like, give me a fight, and I'll make it look one-sided in a 30-minute clip. Okay? I'll make that shit look so one-sided in 30 seconds. Okay? Any fight. It doesn't matter what fight. If you get any Mayweather fight, like if you look at the statistics, right? Like, I know I'm not a big fan of CompuBox, but let's say we use CompuBox. Let's say there's a fight where Mayweather got hit, 30 times in the entire 12-round contest. I can edit a clip of only the times Mayweather was getting hit in the entire fight, and it'll make it look like Mayweather got his ass whooped. Any fight, any Mayweather fight. No, you couldn't. Yeah, you can. No, you're not going to believe it because you've seen the actual fight. Okay? Now, I've already said this a million times. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he was whooping on Paulie Tamir or not. It's not going to make a difference August 26th. Nothing. But he allegedly did. We don't know what happened. Right? We just don't know. Right? So there you go. And he landed a 4-punch combination, and Paulie went down. No, he didn't. Shout out to Hatman. No, he didn't. He landed one at best, and that's if he landed it. Okay? Anyway. Todd Joseph, McGregor puts pressure on you to make you make a mistake. Very vague. These vague like breakdowns. You don't understand. McGregor, he's like he puts pressure, and then he sets you up for the left hand. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, all right. He's the only dude in history of boxing that's gone to a boxing ring and has ever attempted to put pressure on a guy to make him make a mistake and then capitalize. Right. A lot of people are seeing a lot of things here. Well, guys, I appreciate everybody on here. Shout out to Mr. Boxing Today. Shout out to Black Latin Caesar. Shout out to Man in Water. Shout out to a lot of you guys, man. AJ10. I don't want to miss anybody's name. D-Man. Even Todd Joseph over there. Okay. Everybody. Okay. The Conor fans listening to this. I know that a lot of Conor McGregor fans, you are secretly listening to a lot of these videos. I know you are. And I want you to listen to me very, very carefully. Okay. There's no shame in what's going to happen to him August 26th. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Okay. Don't stop supporting him. Don't not believe in him anymore. Okay. But all I'm going to ask is that you don't become a bunch of sore losers after that day. Okay. And come on here and everywhere and start saying that Floyd should go to MMA and fight Conor. I don't want to hear any of that. Okay. You guys know deep down, okay, that you keep seeking that approval from especially a lot of old head boxing fans that just don't like MMA, and you really want them to just acknowledge that MMA fighters have very good striking. Look, if that's all you're looking for, DStyle already gave you that. Okay, I'm already giving you that. What else do you want? I think Conor McGregor, okay, has very good boxing skills. All right. Now, is he like an amazing boxer? No. Right. I need to keep it real. Like, I just, lie to you guys. Does he have the ability to? If he made a proper transition? Oh, who fucking knows? Probably. But that's not what he's doing here. Right. The reality is, he's not going to ever improve under Marcus of Queensberry rules. He's not going to make a proper transition until he is willing to get his ass whooped in a boxing ring, okay, and in sparring. That's the only way you get better. That's the only way. Like I said earlier, right? A lot of you came in late, so I'm going to repeat this again. If you go to, if let's say me, right? If I decide that I want to become a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, I need to, there's a process. They're not going to put me in there with their best grapplers right off the gate, right? I'm going to have to kind of, go through the class, this and that. And they're going to put me in there with somebody that maybe has been doing it for a month or two. And since he's been doing it for a month or two, I have no experience. He's going to whoop my ass in it. And then a month or two later, they're going to put me with some newbies. But they're also going to put me in there with some guys that, have been doing it for 5-6 months. And then as time progresses, with guys that have been doing it for a year. And then guys at the next belt level. Then a blue belt. Then purple belts. Okay? And then years later, okay, it's just that's the progression I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to get my ass whooped in training so I can improve and get to that level. Conor McGregor doesn't have the time to do that in a year, okay, since he got his ass whooped by Van Heerden in fucking sparring, right? Let's say he improved since that time. It's not enough. It's not enough. And the sparring partners are a fucking joke. I'm sorry to tell you guys. Just keeping it real. They're a fucking joke. Paulo Anaji wouldn't be hired by a fucking top-level boxer to be a sparring partner today. He just wouldn't. Steve Forbes wouldn't. But this is who they're trying to hire. I'm just keeping it 100. All right? That's what I'm doing. But you guys have fell for this whole, no, he's not going to box Floyd, though. He's going to fight Floyd. There's all these things that you guys have fell for. You have fell for the spell, right? And then what's going to happen? Conor, please throw, Conor. Conor, just throw. Just throw, Conor. That's going to be you. August 26th. Wondering what's wrong. Conor, it just doesn't look right. I mean, usually Conor, he's in wars. He takes a lot of punishment. Look at what he did against, he was in a war against Nate Diaz. Right. Well, we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see. Come August, it's going to be a glorious day. It's going to be a glorious day. And then to be 100% honest with you, it's like within a couple days, boxing fans aren't going to give a fuck about it anymore. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm just being 100% honest. We ain't going to give a shit. You're going to be old news by then. We're going to move on. We're going to start talking about Canelo and Triple G and the possibility of a Wilder-Joshua fight. We're not going to care anymore. It's going to be old news to us. You guys are still going to be stuck talking about it over there, trying to figure out what happened. I don't get it. I mean, Conor's a beast. He has a big left hand, and I just don't get why. He would. Floyd was open so many times. He just wouldn't throw it. Like, it's just, you guys are going to be stuck in that mode. Challenging Mayweather to go fight him in MMA, and you're going to be stuck in that mode. You're not going to be able to let it go. So all I'm saying is just be prepared to let it go. Once the fight happens, it happens. Let it go, right? Just let it go, right? Just let it go. Do yourself that favor. Let it go, and move on, right? That's all you're going to have to do. Don't stick around like a jealous girlfriend after the fight, okay? No, but what if? I don't want to hear the what ifs, and no, but I don't want to hear the buts. I don't want to hear the excuses. His trainers, I already know what they're going to say. Write it down. Write down what these styles saying. Right, his trainer's going to say, Conor looked great the entire training camp, but You know, that fight, it just seemed like he was flat. He wasn't himself. We overtrain. That's what's going to happen. This is DStyleBoxing, and I'm signing out.